And when I decided to apply for New Mount Zion, he said, all they can do is tell you no. I was willing to take this journey because they were willing to take the journey with me, some of them.
So you got your master's in education, but then moved toward ministry and got a master's in divinity. And a year and a half later, you were brought in to be the pastor in New Mount Zion. Let's be honest. Preaching and ministry is a boys' club, very much still. And you have a lot of churches who will pick different scriptures and reinterpret and manipulate and to make sure to say a woman can't preach, a woman can't pastor. What type of experiences have you been met with as a woman in ministry and a woman pastor?
The process of becoming a pastor was difficult, but before that, it was a lot of invitations to churches to see me preach or to watch me preach. So usually you go, I can't wait to hear a word from you. I know you're gonna bless the people, and I would get invitations like, I can't wait to watch you preach. I would get comments about what clothing I wore. So then I only preached in robes. Then I got comments about my hair. So then I only preached in a ponytail. So the more I tried to adapt my body and my personality, the more constrained I felt. And so by the time I reached New Mount Zion, I was always in a robe. I pulled my hair in a ponytail so my hair wouldn't be a distraction. I didn't wear too much makeup. I wore makeup because I am still a girl, right? So, but I tried to tone down my femininity, right? And keep in mind, I'm a single woman becoming pastor of a church with 2 little kids right behind me, right? And so it was difficult. It was difficult knowing who I could trust, who I couldn't trust. Unfortunately, I didn't have a mentor for a very long time because most men didn't want to be my mentor, and I didn't have a female to look up to. I was blessed by I had an internship at Wake Forest, and so I did an internship at United Metropolitan Missionary Baptist Church in Winston under Prince Rainey Rivers. That was the best thing in my life. Pastor Rivers taught me how to preach, not by saying, this is what you do, by letting me watch him. He taught me how to do funerals well. He taught me how to do ministry with a spirit of excellence. Not because he said it, it was just by what he did. And not only was he teaching me, his wife was teaching me. His wife was very poised, very eloquent, but so down to earth. She was the one who helped me kind of figure out this disability world, only because of a conversation. Something happened at the church regarding my daughter, and I had told them that she had cerebral palsy, and the teacher made a smart comment, and pastor's wife was there, and she says, you can either be a mama bear and respond, or you can figure out how to fix it. And so I started my nonprofit, Mary's Grace, to kind of help churches. But I learned by Pastor Rivers to keep my guard up and don't trust folk, and to not fall victim to that I have to do certain things to make it to move up in ministry. He was very firm on, your gift will make room. Your gift will make room. Now, he didn't make it easy, but he would say, your gift will make room for you. And when I decided to apply for New Mount Zion, he said, all they can do is tell you no. And so I had his support and his backing the whole way through all the interviews I had to go through, because I went through a lot. But I was willing to take this journey because they were willing to take the journey with me, some of them, right? So let's not sugarcoat that everybody was like, yay, we're getting a woman. Oh God, no. Oh no. There were some who probably still believe women shouldn't preach. There were some who, when I became pastor, still called me minister. They never call me reverend. They wouldn't call me pastor. They only call me minister. I just recently heard one person who used to call me minister now transitioned to pastor, and I've been there since 2014. So it hasn't been an easy journey. People were worried because I was single. I didn't want anybody out of that church. Now, that's not who I am. That was the last thing on my mind is dating. But it's always been hard because as a woman in ministry, you often don't have anybody. They always say ministry is isolating and lonely. Try being a minister that's a female who has nobody to look up to, nobody to turn to, nobody that they can call on, nobody who's gonna take them, golfing and teach them the lessons, nobody to include them into those boys clubs. But I did have the gift of Pastor Rivers and Harry White out of Watts Chapel. Harry is a close friend of, he's like an uncle to one of my cousins in Baltimore. And when he realized I was connected to my cousin, he kind of took me under his wing too. And the good thing is Harry and Pastor Rivers are good friends. And between the two of them, if something happens, I can call. Most women don't have that. But I still didn't have a female until recently. I was introduced to a woman by the name of LaTonya McIver. She is currently the pastor of Basil Creek Missionary Baptist Church in Fuquay Varina, but as of tomorrow, she won't be. She is starting a separate ministry, and I wish I could think of a transformation is going to be her new ministry. But LaTonya is a little bit older than I am, and I love the fact that her name is LaTonya too. And she has been this nurturing spirit. She's not old enough to be my mama by no means. She's a big sister who has just taken me. I think we bless each other and we are able to support each other. But I tell women all the time, if you think this is going to be easy, you might want to run because this is, you gotta have more education. You gotta preach just as hard, if not harder. You've gotta have more depth in a text than just saying, can you do it? You've got to come with a level of expertise in something. You just have to work so much harder to gain the closest amount of respect they give to a male pastor. It's hard work.